After a difficult delivery, I was diagnosed with severe pelvic floor issues. I had lost almost all muscle tone down there, and my husband and I were no longer physically compatible. Since then, he hasn't wanted to touch me. When my father-in-law, Mark, found out, he actually caught me outside the bathroom. He had a knowing, piercing look in his eyes. He confessed that he suffered from acromegaly and hinted that, physically, we might actually be a perfect match. Late that night, I purposefully put on a pair of sheer black stockings. But my husband, Gordon, brushed me off, claiming he was buried in work. He grabbed his pillow and retreated to the study. I was so hurt I was on the verge of tears. Our baby was almost 3 months old. You've only been with me once in all this time, I pleaded. I'm a human being with needs, Gordon. Can't you see there's a problem? Please, just help me feel something. I'll try harder this time. I'll make it work. Make what work? He snapped, not even looking back. Give it a rest. So loose I can't feel a thing. I'm better off on my own. Take my advice. Go see my father and let him fix you. He walked away with a cold expression, and I couldn't stop the tears from falling. Deep down, I knew I couldn't blame him. I didn't really have the right to be angry with Gordon. We used to be so in love, and our intimate life was perfect. But 3 months ago, giving birth to twins was incredibly hard on my body. The delivery caused significant trauma that required extensive recovery. Since then, things have been so different that I can barely stand it myself. Our relationship hit rock bottom. After one failed attempt, Gordon insisted on sleeping in separate rooms. For weeks, I tried to handle things myself with whatever I could find, but nothing compared to the presence of a real man. If anything, it only made the longing worse. At night, I swallowed my pride and begged him again, hoping to save our marriage. Instead, he rejected me coldly and urged me once more to seek treatment from his father. Mark is the city's top gynecologist, a true specialist in his field. People call him a miracle worker, but he's family. How could I, his daughter-in-law, ever go to him with a problem like that? Even though Mark is nearly 50, he is still incredibly handsome, refined with his gold-rimmed glasses, yet clearly dedicated to staying fit. He radiates a mature, powerful masculinity. Ever since Gordon stopped touching me, Mark has been on my mind. I was terrified that if I actually let him examine me, I'd lose my composure and embarrass myself beyond repair. If that happened, how could I ever show my face in this house again? While lost in these messy thoughts, I heard noises coming from my in-laws' room next door. Sounded intense and raw. Mark was clearly with Janet, and her heavy breathing filtered through the walls. I felt a pang of jealousy. I wished I was the one in her place. The thought reignited a fire in me, and I involuntarily pressed my legs together, seeking some kind of relief. Suddenly, an argument broke out next door. Janet was shouting, refusing him, followed by Mark's low, pleading voice. I was stunned. It seemed Mark's energy was far too much for Janet to handle. Even as he begged her, she refused to continue. That thing of yours is terrifying, she cried. And you go on for over an hour every time. If you're that frustrated, go find someone else. My God, over an hour? To her, it was a burden, but to me, it sounded like a dream. It was a classic case of feast or famine. Mark had incredible stamina and size, while Janet saw it as a chore. Meanwhile, I was being tortured by emptiness. Gordon would rather take care of himself than be near me. Life felt so unfair. I sighed and dragged myself to the bathroom. Standing before the mirror, I looked at my body. My skin was soft, my curves were still there. Anyone would call me beautiful. Yet, despite my looks, my husband wouldn't give me the time of day. I stared at my reflection, lifted a leg, and bit my lip as I began to seek the comfort I so desperately needed. Recalling Janet's words about him finding someone else, I wanted to tell him.